Both France and Ming China were monarchies. This meant that the ruler had absolute control, divine power, and authority. An example is because Louis XIV was seen as the Sun King and the Emperor of China was seen as the Son of Heaven.
A difference is that French rulers sought to expand and colonize during the entire period, while Ming explored areas with voyages. However, after Yongg's death, the new emperor stopped all voyages and sought to cut outside influence.
A similarity was that both economies were affected by the New World products like potatoes that caused the populations to increase.
A difference was the main trade in Ming was the silver trade, while in France it was the fur trade and slave trade.
A similarity was that both France and Ming China were tolerant of different religions. An example was that Ming China was tolerant of Islam and France was tolerant of other religions after the Renaissance and Enlightenment.
A difference was in their religions. France was Catholic until the Protestant Reformation, and Ming China was Confucian, Taoist, and Buddhist. Also, France sent out missionaries while Ming did not.
A similarity in Ming China and France is that in both women were subordinate to men. An example is that in Ming China, foot binding was used to confine the woman to the house. Also, in France, Salic law prohibited women from ruling. Therefore, very few women held power.
A difference was in their social hierarchy. In France, it was the Pope, king, noblemen, knights, then peasants. And in Ming China, it was the gentry scholars, peasant farmers, artisans and craftsmen, then merchants and traders.
A similarity is that they both made impressive structures and used advanced technology. An example is that in Ming China, they made the Great Wall of China and they also made canals. In France, they used the printing press, watermills, and canals. They both had an increase in literacy because of the printing press invention.
A difference was in their art styles. Ming had landscape portraits and porcelain. In France, art was influenced by the French Renaissance. It also was humanism, mannerism, and Baroque.
A similarity in Ming China and France is that they were both near large oceans that made them capable of increasing trade.
A difference is that France had control of North America and parts of the Caribbean and used colonization in America for fur trade and in the Caribbean for sugar, while China stayed isolated.